Good evening,
Hi,
everyone.
everyone.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to have you here. This is our third Tuesday night of training the 5 habits of success. I'm super excited to have Penny Trombley here with us. She's a senior manager from North Bay, Ontario. Welcome, Penny.
Thank you, Mitch. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm looking out over a gorgeous sunset through my office window. And the only thing missing is the 15 to 20 people who were here this weekend in the same spot. But it's just a gorgeous night. The water's still, and I'm really happy to be presenting send out cards with some newfound skill and practice that I got at boot camp this weekend.
That's awesome. And I was there this weekend and it was awesome. You're such a gracious host and it was just incredible training and super fun. And we're so lucky to have you as part of our tribe here. And we're just keep learning and keep growing. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know that the people who were here are going to have a real boost. And those those who weren't able to come, I completely understand. It's summer and it's not always close, but this recorded webinar series is actually the boot camp slides. I just loaded up the presentation slide for tonight, the Ask Present Asks presentation, but having said that, I think I'm going to change my file because I should be doing the proper file. So hold on a second. Mitch, while I'm loading up the right file, why don't you spend a few minutes talking about what you learned at boot camp and how you're going to implement it?
Sure. One of the great things I learned on at boot camp was when we had a discussion with Mary Jean about follow up. That was incredible training. And, the fact that she built it in a small community with, very low population. I just love the way she's become an executive by, leveraging what she had as well as, cold calling. I mean, cold calling is not for everyone, but it worked for her. And it just proved to me that it doesn't matter where you are, you can build a massive business with send out cards. I have all the faith in the world and everyone on this team that it can be done. And if Mary Jean can do it, we can all do it as well. That was,
Yeah, I got thinking about that after she said she built send out cards in a town of like, I don't know, 2,500 people.
yep, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, and it just goes to show you, and she didn't have the tools that we have today either. So tonight's habit is habit number 3, which is to be a level 4, to be at level 4 with the APA presentation plan, and that means ask, present, and ask. And usually we'd have Jill do this, wouldn't we?
Yes, we would.
He's very smooth at it. He likes to do this part at your regular weekly Thursday night meetings, and you guys go and watch this at Melissa Barlock's Saturday meetings, which have now changed, I know, to Thursday. But there's just no doubt in my mind that the more you see this and hear it and watch it done by the experts, the better you get at it. And you know what happened yesterday, Mitch? Yesterday, Rachel White from Thunder Bay was still here because she had such a long distance to drive. She didn't leave until this morning at 6 a.m. She sat down and we got somebody on Zoom.us. We use the Zoom screen share software that Jordan suggests. And we got a lady from Atikokan on screen, and Rachel wanted me to do the presentation, and I was so good. It rolled off my tongue better than it has ever. And that's because of boot camp. That's because of watching you guys, and that's because as Jack Canfield says, you can't dip your hand in a bucket of paint without getting some on, right? So the more you're into, the more you're immersed in this presentation, the better that you get. And so to be a level 4, at the APA system, you have to have a list. This is your most important task. You need to make an inventory of everyone you know, and don't edit or don't prejudge people. Just write them down. Your contact list is very, very simple, but a lot of people don't do it because they just think, well, I already have a list in my phone and I already have a list on Facebook. Yeah, but you know what Jordan does? I'll tell you what he does, and it's recorded on a call in his Cool Buzz. He uses two notebooks. He uses a black notebook and a green notebook, and the black notebook is for his list. So, you know, your list is never ending. You always meet new people, you always think up people, so he takes his black book and he writes them down. And then he goes to that list to introduce people with the texting strategy. So once people engage in the texting strategy, he puts them in his green book. The green spiral bound book is his money book. And so the black book is just to catch names. The green book is actually to write down people who haven't said no. They've said, you know, yes, maybe later, call me another time, whatever. And that's what he uses to make money from. So I've actually adapted his system. And since I have eliminated a huge collection of little bits and pieces of paper and lists here and there. And any system that I've ever tried hasn't been this good. So you need a list. And when you're first starting out, what you can do is you can check the people on your list. It's basically using check marks for qualification. So if you have 50 people on your list or 500 people on your list, you go along the list and you put a check mark next to the people that you have mutual respect with. And then you put a check mark next to the people on your list who are looking for something. And then you put a check mark on your list for the people who have the money to start today. And you'll find from doing that little extra query of the people on your list, some people will end up with 3 check marks. And those are the people that you'll contact first about send-out cards. So to be at a level 4 with the APA presentation plan, hold on, I'm just getting rid of this window because it's in my way. Okay. In person, okay, we can ask lead-in questions. Now, this question works. It's about money. So it goes like this. If I could show you a way to make money with your smartphone by sharing an app that people love to use, would you want to see it? This question works. So if you don't use this question, if you don't have this rolling off your tongue, take a picture of it right now, take a picture of the screen, take a picture of that paragraph, and put it on your headboard, on your fridge, in your shower. Make sure that by the time 24 hours from now rolls around, you can fire this off your tongue. Also, not everybody's interested in money, so you can also ask a similar question leading with the product. If I could show you a way to increase your sales and referrals by using an app that everyone loves to use, would you want to see it? I have never had anyone say no to those questions. Anyone. It's the same question, it's just changing up, leading with the money or leading with the product. So you can also ask lead questions by texting. And this is just so phenomenal. I mean, I can't even believe that we can do this today because, you know, for years we had to phone people and we had to muster the courage up to call people. And now, you know what? We don't. And I don't know how long we're not going to have to. I don't know how long texting is going to work. In 5 years, it might be rude, just like emailing isn't really appreciated like it was 10 years ago. So capitalize on it now. Text. Mitch, I want to set up a time to show you something really cool that I think has some big potential. Or if they ask what it is, you can respond, it's a new technology I need to show you on your computer or phone. When can I catch you uninterrupted for 30 minutes? Now I want to tell you a story about Karen Strang, my manager here in North Bay. She thought texting wasn't going to work, and she wouldn't really look at this opportunity until she came to boot camp, and she was so surprised. She is one of our best team texters today because she listened. And that's why we use corporate information and slides, because this stuff is tried, tested, and true. So once you get the presentation, the first step is to tell your how and why story. 2 minutes, okay? Don't take a lot of time, but you have to tell how you got started in send out cards and why you got started in send out cards. Step 2 is to demo the product on your phone app or the website. Step 3, you can show the different customer packages and the distributor option. And step 4 is show the money if they're interested. Now this is interesting because I show the money even if they're not interested, because I seem to have a way to talk them into looking at my whole presentation, and then they're a 2. And you'll see what that means if you don't know already. But basically, it's rare that people aren't interested in the money after they've seen the money presentation, although they thought beforehand that they didn't even want to see it. So here's the phone app presentation. We use the Send Out Cards app up here, and if you don't have that app on your main screen, you'll definitely want to get it there because it'll be so handy for you. Your photo cards is definitely a great lead-in for our product because people love getting pictures of themselves. If you have a chance to take a picture of a family or a couple or a girl with her friends as they're having, tea or drinks at a restaurant, or, somebody at the soccer field, if you have to jump in and do a selfie, that's great too. But I'll tell you, people never throw out photos of themselves on cards. And if you're a smart business person, you've got your custom brand on the back. You could send from your phone app all of these different card categories as well. But just for the sake of this presentation, we're going to pick a photo card. We're going to create the card, and we're going to put the photo here. We can take a photo in the app, but I suggest you take it before you get into the app. So you'll go into your photo library and you'll pick the card you want to send, and here's the front of the card. Okay, now you can swipe across. Okay, this is the front. First of 3 dots shows you're on the front screen. There's the inside left. You can start typing there, or you can swipe and just go right to the inside right, where you can type your text, tick, 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 but you've got a nice little microphone where you can talk your text. Hey, Emily, it was great to see you at the game tonight. Good luck with your job interview. Let me know how it goes. Talk soon, Steve. And all you have to do is click done. You can add a gift, send some of our succulent brownies if you want. This is just an option. You can add them to the cart, and there's your final checkout screen. 3 points for the card, 10 points for the brownies. Check out, and there's your return address. You can edit that if it's not who you want to be sending from, and then you can this is my favorite part. You get to get a new recipient. You get to get a new contact in your database by handing them the phone. You click new recipient, you hand them the phone, and you say, fill it in, and they do. And then make sure you save it as a new contact, because then you'll add their email address and you'll add their phone number. And if you don't, you'll only ever have their mailing address to follow up with them. So make sure that you add these things, and then when you follow up with them in a week or so after they get their card, you'll have a number to call or text. So there's your final checkout screen. Submit payment and you are done. So it's that easy to do a phone app presentation with somebody, and then you can go into showing them the options. And what Jill showed us this weekend is you can use your phone as well to sign people up right from your phone app. What you do, if you want to know, you go to the very bottom right-hand corner of your phone app. There's 3 dots, and that's usually the More menu, and you click there, and you go to new customer sign up. So that's pretty simple. So as far as what you want to sign up on, well, what I always recommend is that everybody's on the preferred monthly package. And what you get for $39 a month is you get 100 points. Okay, you get 100 points every month. So the reason I suggest this, even if it's too much points for people, is because you have the ability to buy the points at the cheapest price possible. So 39 cents a point only, okay? And there's no commitment. People cancel that subscription at any time and still maintain their account so that they can use up points that they haven't even used yet. So that can be purchased with a bundle or added later, and we use points to send cards and gifts. Now there's other packages, but you know what? If people want them, they'll ask for them. I usually just move on at this point and go to the bundle options. People want to brand the back of their cards with the custom brand manager. They want to have their marketing, their imaging on the back of the card so that they can keep the messages on the inside of the card very, very personal. And even in business, that's an awesome relationship strategy. People don't care what you sell or how much it is, but they really care about being cared about. So if you can just make your card very personal and use your custom brand manager at the back, you've got actually 10 different template options to brand the back of that card. So everybody wants the custom brand manager, and everybody loves to have their own personalized signature in the card. So bundled together with some bonus points, we've got a $213 total value for only $195. So buy a bundle, save a bundle. Marketing bundle, this is where I started when I came into send out cards because I wanted the best. Actually, that's all we had back then, but I still think that this is the absolute best bundle because you can't get enough training on how to be good with mastering relationship marketing. You can't get enough training on that. We need to keep learning how to do that in your personal and your business life. You know, that's personal development at its finest, created by our CEO, and it saves companies and individuals lots of money by getting this training, and it's included in the account. I've invested tens of thousands of dollars in my own personal development, and it's bundled right here in the marketing bundle. So, you know, no matter what you're selling, the way you present, your personal presence has a very big impact, and you're going to get a lot of great polishing up from this master relationship marketing training portal. You also get your custom brand manager, your handwriting font and signatures, where you can personalize your cards with your handwriting and the signatures, 200 bonus points, lots and lots of memory and storage. Wow, look at that, $474 value for only $395. And then the business bundle, this is a big fella. But there's a lot of big businesses that use send out cards because we are the premier follow-up service in the world. So big businesses like car dealerships or, you know, large organizations, if you live in a big city and you're driving into work on the 401, just look around. All those big flat top roofs that you see, those businesses need one of these business bundles. And so with the multi-user account, you can have different accounts under this one umbrella so that it can be accounted for separately. And so in business, that's important. Imagine a car dealership where the car salespeople want to have their individual sales account. They get the master relationship marketing training portal for all of their sub-accounts, and they get the custom brand manager and the handwriting font and signatures, 400 bonus points and tons of memory because they need a little bit more storage for their big business. So these bundles are amazing. And you can add $50 to any bundle and become a Send Out Cards distributor. So that is phenomenal. It includes everything you need to run a successful business. Man, oh man, I wish that my Trombley Leadership Center business only cost me $50 or $59, which is our annual renewal fee, because I can't even get a mailbox for that. I can't even get, you know, my accountant to pick up the phone and talk to me for half an hour for that. So this is just a phenomenal opportunity for people to tap into an existing, well managed business and become an independent distributor. So I'm going to take a quick 2 minutes to tell you my story. I was shown Send Out Cards by Lori Hayes for a whole year before I decided to give this a try to build my business. And I'm really sorry I waited. So, but anyways, I did. And I'd caution everybody, don't wait. Just get started now because, when you add $50 to your bundle, you get to make money on all of the cards and gifts that you send. Everybody else that you introduce sends. So today I sold a personal bundle and I almost sold a distributor package, but she hemmed and hawed and I didn't want to push her. She said she'd think about it and she'd join in the next couple of days if she wanted. So then when it came time to paying the $220, which is what her amount added up to by the time she put in postage, and she saw it was US, she's like, oh my gosh, it's US dollars too. Although I told her that, but when it came time to crunch time to pay the money, she's like, it's US. I said, yeah, but if you'd have taken that distributor option, you get to earn in US too. And so she's thinking a little bit harder about that. I love US money. I love, 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 love our US commission. So at the end of the options, I ask people, are you ready to get started? In send out cards, there's four types of there's four types of people who join send out cards. One is just a customer. They just want to send cards, and if that's you, that's fine. We love customers, we need customers, and the whole backbone of our business is card sending. But a two is a referral partner, and that's somebody who sees the money that I'm going to display in a moment and says, I don't have a lot of time, but I'm interested in the money, and Penny, I'd like to send you my referrals and be a referral partner for you, and I will build your business for you. He is somebody who sees this money and just wants to supplement their income. And by the way, the number one commodity in the world right now is supplementary income. So you are sitting on a gold mine with this Send Out Cards opportunity because you have what everybody wants, and that's the opportunity to make supplementary income and the opportunity to share with others to make supplementary income. Four is somebody who wants to just replace their income altogether because they are just so interested in building a bigger business. And I think that that's happened to well, I know that that's happened to Mitch Paquette, our host tonight, and she got into send out cards, but after a while, send out cards got into her, and so now she's a four, and I'm so super excited and proud for her and Jill, who are on the road to becoming executives with send out cards. So I want to show you the money, okay? You get started with a marketing bundle, for example, because I'm going to use the marketing bundle for example because it's the middle of the two bundles. So just imagine that the money I'm going to show you would be doubled if you sold business bundles and cut in half if you sold personal bundles. So this is a hypothetical example. It's not representative of what a SOC distributor will earn. It's for illustration purposes only, but it is possible to earn this. So here's you. You get started with a marketing bundle and you get your first 3 preferred customers in 30 days. Okay, so $395 for your marketing bundle and $50 for your distributorship as well. Okay, so $140 in US commissions for every marketing bundle that you sell. So once you sell your first 3 marketing bundles, you've made your money back. You've made $470 and you've actually only invested $445, your marketing bundle plus your $50 distributor fee. When you, let me just back up here. When you do get your first 3 preferred customers in 30 days, you get your $50 back. So that's why it's not even showing up here in the equation, because everybody can do this. Everybody can get 3 customers in their first 30 days. I mean, if somebody goes to a Tupperware party, 3 people buy a $50 salad bowl. So it's not hard to get somebody to spend, to join on our preferred customer plan, even for 1 month, just to give it a try. So the next room that you move into or promotion that you get after you find your first 3 customers is your manager room. And as a manager, with 124 personal and customer volume, that's you and your 3 preferred customers, you are eligible for customer acquisition bonus. So for example, when you go out and sell a marketing bundle, not only do you make the $140 that you used to make, but you make an extra $100 in customer acquisition bonus. And that's your 3 marketing bundles that you just saw come up there. But when other people sell marketing bundles, when your first person finds their 3 and the next person finds their 3 and so on and so on and so on, you keep making $100 and you don't even know these people. So all the money that you see right there, all of that money is US cash that is paid out twice a week. We call it the one-time leadership money or the commission for selling bundles. Okay, and it's so fantastic. I get an email that says my money account has been stocked up because of a bundle that I sold last Friday, and that makes me so happy. So I have some cold hard cash to help float me through, the day-to-day operations of my new business. And then the magic here is in the residual income. Now, I've been in sales a long time, and I really wish I would have got involved in a residual-based income company years ago, because I'd probably be a gazillionaire today. In this case, if you look at the numbers down the left-hand side of your screen, here's you at the top, okay, with your 3 distributors that you got in the very beginning. If those 3 distributors got their 3 customers and became distributors, they could find 3 distributors, and then you'd have 9. And if those 9 found their 3 customers and 3 distributors, then you'd have 27, and so on, and so on, and so on, up to the 7th level, where you, if you added up all these numbers, have over 3,200 distributors in your organization that you are paid a commission of all of the cards and gifts that they send. So the commission potential for this group alone is $16,267 just for this group. And this one over here in your manager group, same thing. You know, these 3 find 3 who find 3 who find 3, etc., etc. You've got the potential in this group alone to make $36,597 per month, plus $16,000 per month. So these residual incomes start growing wide and deep, and this is the exciting part of the business. Now you might be thinking, what, $50,000 a month? Are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you. That's the potential of how our money flows. And if you are a little bit skeptical, well, just imagine 90% of it failed. If 90% of this failed, you'd have $5,000 a month in residual income coming in from the first 2 rooms of your send out cards business, and there's 5 rooms to go. So that is just amazingly exciting. And Mitch and I have been talking about residual income for a long time, but in the last 2 years, her and I have both really experienced residual income at a time when we couldn't work and we needed it, and it was there for us. So there's a difference between knowing this and then really, really experiencing it. And it's a really amazing thing. So once you see the money on the table and you know the power of our card sending service, I want to ask you, are you a 1, a customer? Are you a 2, somebody who sees the potential in this money and wants to join me as my referral partner? Are you a 3, somebody who wants to supplement their existing income and work part-time? Or are you a 4, somebody who wants to dive in and replace their income? So are you ready to get started? When I ask people, are they a 1, 2, 3, or 4? I just pause. And then when they say, then I say, are you ready to get started today? After they say, well, I think I'm a 2. Great, let's get started. I don't even think I ask. I just pull up my computer and if people aren't really ready to give me an answer, I say, you know what, the yeses are great and the nos are okay. I mean, you don't have to join this business. I'm going to build it with or without you, but I'm just really willing to invite you and to work with you. But the maybes, they kill me. So, if you want to join the business, let's go. If you want me to follow up with you, when would you like me to do that? And I'll set another appointment. And this is where the follow-up comes in. And I just want to ask Mitch, because I've been talking nonstop for about 25 minutes, did you want to take this one on because you appreciated what Lori, Mary Jean had said at our boot camp about follow-up?
Sure, no problem. The first trick to follow up, I always say, is always book an appointment from an appointment, right? Even if somebody says, well, I need to take it home in order to kind of look at it, or, I just say, okay, that's great. I understand, no problem. Can I follow up with you on Friday? Don't ask them when, you tell them when, right? And that's just a really great way to ensure that there's a follow up and that they know they're following up with you. Here on this slide, we have a few examples of follow up. When I go to a networking event or I go anywhere and somebody asks me for my business card, I always say, no, I don't have any. I'm sorry, but I can send you one. And then that's the perfect way to show the app. So that's where you're starting your APA. So I can send you one and then you show them the app. Well, once you show them the app, you're usually sending them a card, right? So that's your first follow up. Automatically, you followed up with them. That's why send out cards is the best follow up tool there is, because we're following up as we're showing the business. It's awesome. Another great way to follow up with potential prospects is to follow up with good news. When Send Out Cards launched the bundles, I mean, it would be, it's a great idea to send cards to people in your prospect group and just let them know, hey, there's been some changes. Maybe we should talk. I know that I got 2 new distributors when the bundles were launched just because people thought it was a better option, right? And then follow up with invitations. We have events going on all over the country all the time. Don't hesitate to use our cards to follow up with people and to invite them to events. It's a great way to show off our product as well as, be a product of the product. It's a great way for us to ensure we're using our cards and doing what we should be doing as a level 4 card sender by using the product. And then when you get positive signals from anybody, say, let's get you going. Very rarely do you send a card and brownies to somebody where they don't call you and say, oh my God, that's amazing. It's not hard to say, oh, can I show you how to did that? And then just go from there. I think it's a great option for us to keep following up that way. Penny,
Yeah.
next slide. Sales statistics. We talk about follow up all the time, and if you really read through this slide, and this is actually a card in our card catalog, and this card has sentimental value to me because people don't realize this, but for the first 8 months when I was in Send Out Cards, I was really inactive. I had no idea what I was doing, and I was really inactive in the business. And Penny sent me this with a copy of the book Beach Money. And if you look at the bottom, it says 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. And it made me realize at that moment that I had to keep going and keep contacting people in order to ensure I was going to grow my business. Don't get phased if somebody doesn't say yes right away. And it will happen. But that's why we have the best tool ever, because we are follow-up company. We can use our cards to follow up all the time, and we will increase our sales, which will increase our business just by continuing to use our product to follow up.
Yeah, I got that card from Lori Hayes as well, and it sat on my blind. I just stuck it right in my blind of my office window for forever. I looked at that, and I still think that if I'm really honest with myself, that's the weakness that I have in my business is the follow up. If I could strengthen, and I can, and I am, and I will. Um, when I strengthen my follow up, I am successful. Today I sold a bundle. She dropped out of my funnel. She called me yesterday. Are you still selling send out cards? Are you still doing send out cards? She emailed me. I phoned her immediately. I didn't even answer. I said, "Yep, can I see you tomorrow?" And she was ready. So she followed up with me, but I tell you, I followed up with her several times to get to the point of her, and something else? She works in an office with another send out cards distributor.
Hmm.
So, was that a tough call for me? Gee, should I, No, she called me. She called
Mhm.
me. There's a reason she called me, and that's because I've probably been following up with her for a long time.
Mhm.
So the fortune is there.
And
And
one of the tricks I gave at boot camp, in regards to follow up is, I use my phone. I use my phone calendar. So when let's say I was talking to Penny today, and she said, and we agreed that I could call her on Friday, I would put a calendar entry in my phone to say, call Penny on Friday. And if I called Penny on Friday and Penny said, "Oh, can you give me another week?" I would just switch the date on that calendar entry to the following Friday. That way the follow-ups are popping up on my, because we use our phones all the time, and part of the presentation I usually do is the habit of getting good with your smartphone, um, and using your smartphone, but that's another follow-up tool. Use the technology we have available to us to ensure that we're following up. There's many ways to follow up. Find the one that works for you, and don't hesitate to ask for help. Don't hesitate to ask for help for people who show you their ways of following up, and maybe that'll work for you.
Yep, that's right. I know Jordan's books are working for me. Other people have their own systems. I, you know, we're done this segment of the training, and it's we've got a couple minutes left. But Mitch, if you want to stop the recording, I would love to open up the question and answer, and just have people on the call who want some of our personal time for a couple minutes be able to ask whatever they want.
Okay, one moment.
So goodbye. The recording is going to be closed now, and good luck with your habit number 3.
Have a good night, guys.